Okay. I think I'm live. Pretty sure. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. So, actually, I should probably watch the game. So, hello. It's my first time actually streaming working on this mod. Let's see. I'm going to be working on phase 4, which is this phase from the game. So we start with this. This is a area where if you leave it, you take damage. And then all these clones come in and start circling around while doing attacks. So my plan is first to get this starting area done. If I jump. No, where is it? Uh-oh. Yeah. My plan is to start with the circle. And then I'm gonna make the clones next. So I've got to figure out how to make this. It might be a bit tricky, but I think I can figure it out. I've just got to figure out where to start. So I think the best way to start is going to be just by making it a projectile. But so this is the code from the Void Brain Splinter Heart. And I want to be able to make the thing. But I'm trying to find how they do it in the original game. I think it's safety zone. Might be. So object safety zone. This looks like it's probably it. So, okay. I look at the step code. Yeah, looks like this is it. So how does this even draw? Draw a circle. That would make sense. So it's multiple circles, I see, with differing radii. So, okay. I'm seeing how this is drawn. So it is multiple circles, basically. So let's get started. So let's make our mod projectile. And let's just copy, oh geez. Where's default? Where am I setting default? Base bullet, here it is. Do this. Set the width and height to 0. Have it be hostile. Yeah. And then let's start with the drawing code of it. So if I compare here, I'm just going to start with the Why am I not playing music? There we go. That's much better. I forgot to start the music. I'm just forgetting a lot, apparently. So we're drawing 4 circles. No, actually 5 circles. So I'm assuming... No, there is not a draw circle. Oh, this is gonna be fun. So I can't just draw a circle. So is this a internal function? I'm assuming this is a built-in function to GameMaker. Pull this over. Yeah, looks like it is. Draw a circle, XY radius outline. So this means turning up audio, turning on music. Okay. Is that good? I can't turn up the audio anymore. It's at max. Or mic, I can't turn up the mic anymore, it's at max. Okay. Look at these colors. So let's just start with the dark mode. So alpha equals 0.2. Color dot okay. Could be new color, and then I can probably make it from so it's gonna be RGBA, I guess. So 40 C0 no. Yeah. This might work if this is working how I think. It should be 255, or is it 0 to 1? Yes, it is bytes. Perfect. So breaking down this hex code into the color code. So alpha sign but never used. I know. So let's just say, for example's sake, let's just say, for example, a radius of 100 for starting with. I'm gonna do radius plus 2 times, and then it's gonna be sine. MathF sine of outline sine. We'll have to figure out what that is referring to here. But for now, let's just set it to 0. Outline sine plus pi times I times 0.5f. And that actually doesn't need to be there. Now we gotta figure out how to draw a circle. I'm actually gonna increase this. So how do I draw a circle in this game? So if I get the sprite batch, I can only draw and draw string. I really don't want to have to deal with primitives, because I don't have that set up for this mod. I don't want to set it up on stream, but rather set up that kind of stuff off stream. So I only see these. I'd have to. Let's see. Can I draw a circle in X and A? So there's campus fence. That's what I was worried about. I guess I could just steal, yoink this sprite. As here until mod tool wood rains extracted. I mean, I guess I could just use this sprite. How big is this sprite? 128 by 128. Yeah, that'll do. Let's rename this to safety zone. Let's just call it safety zone. And let's slap it in my projectiles so it'll auto load from T mod loader. So let's get to drawing. So the first argument of draw, it's the texture, right? Come on. Draw candidates. Yeah, I know. So I want to use, which one? This one. This overload. So texture, no, not that one. Is overload? Yeah, texture, position, source, rectangle, color, rotation, origin, scale, effects, and layer depth. That's what I want. Or, no, I want rotate. What's the difference here? Vector 2 scale. Alright, so let's start with the... So, this... So... Open my texture registry, make a texture from... Actually, I'm just gonna get mod content request the texture, which is auto loaded. The next one is the position. Projectile position minus the screen position. The next one will be the source rectangle, which will just, I guess, will just be this. Hold on. I think it'll be easier if I just do this. Text.value and then text.frame for the source rectangle. For color, I'm gonna do color.white, but multiply it by alpha. Rotation, none. Origin is going to be the texture.size times 0.5. So that'll be the center of the texture as the origin. And then for the scale, so here's the fun part. So we take the size of the texture. It'll be easier if I do this here. So I've got this circle with the width and height, and to set it to a desired width of, let's just say, there's 0 and W1. So W1 equals the scalar original times the original size, which means S equals the original divided by the wanted. Yeah, basic algebra. So the texture's at size divided by R. And then scale, no sprite effects, and a layer depth of 0. Okay, now we can hop in game and check if that actually works. I'm dropping a lot of frames apparently. That's not great. Oh, no, my connection's alright. Let's go and see. Safety zone. Somewhat what I want. Then why does it... Oh, wait a minute. I think if I go back to this and look at how this is drawn, this is not. Go back to draw. So it's, and I look at draw circle. So this is outline. Whether it's drawn filled, or is one false or 1 pixel outline true. So these are just the outlines. I see. So for these, I need it to just be an outline. So I think the best way to do that would just be to open it up and a sprite. That's that one. So I can just open this up in a sprite. Make a new layer. This color. Like that. Top. There we go. Delete this layer, and then we can export that safety zone. So out texture, and then we add outline to the texture name to get the text outline. Okay, this should work. So now we're drawing 4 outlines and then the inside. This isn't going to be perfectly accurate because I'm using sprites instead of the way that Game Maker does it. But it will be good enough. So if I now spawn in the safe zone, hey, there we go. That looks accurate enough. To what I was wanting. Now let me... It like pulses though. So how does this work? So now that I've got the drawing done, what does this do every frame? This is a lot every frame. So, let's see. So, to start off with, the easiest thing to do is outline sign plus equals 0.1. I think that'll be the easiest thing to add. And that should make it pulse slightly. Ideally, at least. Okay. Let's see. Will this pulse correctly? Yay! Look at that outline. It's pulsing. It doesn't look completely accurate, but it looks good enough. Next up, I could also work on the like collapsing and growing and retracting and stuff. So, which maybe. Looking through this doesn't look too crazy. This code down here is just making it collapse if it goes off screen, which I don't have to worry about. So I'm gonna do I don't know, 30 frames. So collapse time is 30 frames. And 30 frames for grow as well. And then let's do classic first frame trick. So if it's first frame, then we set first frame to false. So this way, this section only runs on the first frame. So true radius is going to be what it actually looks at for the scale. Just going to start with 0, true radius, and then we're also going to do so we're going to first set time alive equals projectile.time left. This way I have how long the projectile is going to be alive for. and there we go. So let's add some growing and collapsing. So, first of all, So if there's more time left than time alive minus grow time, then we're going to set true radius equals mathf or helper. We're gonna lerp from 0 to radius with we're gonna lerp the lerp value from time alive to time alive minus grow time with time left, and it will be clamped just in case. And now we do basically the same thing, less time than, except if it's less than collapse time, then we lerp from radius to 0. If I can spell radius right. That's and this time we will lerp from collapse time to 0 on time left, typing for true. So ideally this will grow and then shrink. Ideally, if I've done this correctly. So really, I'm only going to be able to set. I'm only going to see the grow. That is not at all what I wanted. What? Why does it start huge and get small? What? I'm sorry? So radius lerps from 0 to radius from time alive to time alive minus time with time left being clamped, and then what? That is the exact opposite of what I want. Why? Why is it doing that? Is it a result of the drawing? Let's spam out the radius in chat and see if it's the drawing or the lerping that's wrong. Let's find out. Okay. So it is growing. It is supposed to grow. So it's my drawing code that's wrong. Of course. the texture size divided by... That should be correct. The size of the sprite divided by the sprite, the size that I want, is the scalar. Wait. I got that the wrong way around. I can't do math. Oh, no, I can't do math. What? Float in vector 2. Oh, no. I can't do basic algebra, this is bad. Not being able to do math is a problem. That's just completely wrong. It should be W1 over W0. I don't know how I did that wrong. Oh well. Let me, this should be true radius, not radius. Now it's actually working. Can you believe it? When I do it right, it works. Why is my internet so awful? What is going on? I'm sorry about all the dropped frames, because my internet is being terrible for some reason. Yay, it's working. I love float precision errors. So let's not spam the chat with that now. Set the radius to, I don't know, 500. And reload. And now I can get onto the tricky part, which is going to be when you're outside of the radius of any of them, you start to take damage. I could use a mod system and a buff to do that, so that when you're outside, you get a debuff, and when you get debuff hits 0, then you take damage, and it reapplies the debuff only when you run out of the... Okay, I think I got it. I think I know how I'm gonna do this. That's just... actually. Instead of having, I'm just gonna leave it like that. See if that actually helps. Because right now, the stuff doesn't look, the wobbliness doesn't look right. The scale of stuff is different. Compared to Void Rains. That looks decent enough. It's still not quite... It still looks wrong. I can't lie. I can't pretend that that looks right. It doesn't. Radius plus 2 times sine of outline plus pi times I times 0.5. It just doesn't look right, but I don't know what to do about that. I don't know, if I did something like that to make it scale with the size of the circle, I know isn't accurate, but it might look better. It doesn't have to be exactly accurate, I just want it to look close enough. Bit much. That's a bit much. 64. I need to pull that 0.5 back to get the timing looking right. I don't know why I thought that 0.5 would be affecting the scale when it's inside of the sine function. It's not how sine works. Let's see. Will this look good? Yeah, good enough. That'll be faster if I reload now with that 0.5 that I'm putting back. So then once I get this looking right, I can start on the stuff. So let's make a systems folder. Actually, I already had a systems folder, right? I just put it in the base folder of content. So if I go in content and add the safety zone system, this will be what manages the safety zone stuff. I need to add this to Git, and then let's make sure this looks right before I move on to the actual damage and stuff. Yep. That looks decent enough. So, my plan is to have my system up here. And it's going to loop over all of the safety bubbles and check with the radius. And if a player is, say, not in any of the currently active safety zones, then we add a debuff to them. Now, for now, we can just use something like, I don't know, burn. So, if they're not in there, but it should be decent. So what I can do is somewhere in here. So post update projectiles, I think would be the best time to do that. So after all the projectiles get updated, and I guess I should also add thing. So let's use so this should be, so let's use AI 0 for the radius. So, and then for yeah, so let's change that. So let's do damage, and then I'm also going to have to sync this. This is saving world, only saving world data. I might have to add my own syncing system. So for now, we'll just leave it client side. Why are you getting that? So if we don't do damage, just don't do anything. Alright, so now let's get main dot projectile, and then we only get projectiles that are active and their type is equal to mod content projectile type of safety zone. So this gets all of the alive zones. And okay. Yep. So that's the first part of this. We now have access to all of the alive zones. So I guess the easiest way would be to look to the player and have the player check if they're in any of these. So for each actually, this should only be done on client, so local player is shorthand for main. So we only check if not we want, so if this is the, if we're on the server, then we return early. So every player is going to check their own bubbles. That's the way I'm gonna do things. So let's loop through each zone. Why is this nullable? If it's null, then let's just move on. This way I don't have to deal with null. So do in zone false. So if the local player that, let's see, so collision dot let's see. Surely there's a thing for circle collision. I don't know. Where's this? So let's check if there's a point inside a circle. How do I do that? The distance is so. Oh, so it's just the distance less than the radius. So if local player, if the distance to the current zone so if we're inside, then end zone equals true, and we break out of the loop early. I could invert. Nah, I don't feel like inverting. That makes things easier to read. So let's comment that because it's a bit of math. So if the distance of the player to the zone is less than the radius of the zone, that's then we set end zone. So if it's not, we're not in the zone. We add the buff. Add on fire for 2 ticks. And we're gonna leave it on quiet because we're doing this on the client. Okay. Now if I'm outside of any zone, I should be set on fire. Let's make sure this works. I am realizing that I forgot to eat lunch. Oh well. What? Excuse me? Oh, yeah, AI 0 should be set. That's right. So I'm actually going to default this to true right now, and if the it's actually turned that into an array. But why are you telling me? This can be converted to a link expression. How are you going to butcher this if I convert it to a link? Oh, God. If zones of type projectile, any zone, no. As much as I love link, there are times when you shouldn't use link. Sometimes it's just not worth it. Like, for each loops, they work sometimes. They usually work. So if there's no zones, then we don't do anything. Alright. I'm gonna put the boots in vanity, but just so I don't have. Yep, that's setting me on fire. So, radius of 500. The radius is wrong. Why is the radius wrong? But if I put down another one, I'm far away from both of them. So this kind of works, it's just that for some reason I'm not taking damage here. Why? And then far. Being quiet, thinking. Let's do a little bit of experimenting. So we're gonna draw a line to the player. If we're inside, inside the line should be green. If we're outside, it should be red, or the other way around if I've done it wrong. But either way, we'll see if this works. Forgot to give this a radius again. So, for some reason, this is inside and this is not. Oh, wait. Oh. Oh. Oh, yeah. I figured out. Because what I'm doing is taking this and scaling it to this, and I'm treating this whole thing as the radius, but I should be scaling it to double the radius. So I should be scaling this to double the radius. Yes, yes. So 500 should be double the size. I think I figured it out. The radius, not the diameter. So hopefully this will actually work, and then we can work on the buff. So set this to a radius of 250. Yes, I burn outside of the safety area. Perfect. If I add, let me see, add a second one, then if I'm outside of either of them, I burn. Haha. It works. Safety zone system works. Now, does it work in multiplayer? I hope so. Okay, time for the buff. Let's do a thing, and then outside zone buff. My naming conventions are weird because for like NPCs, I'm not using NPC suffix, and for projectiles, I'm not using the suffix, but sometimes I am. I need to go back and clean that up at some point. And I need to get this out of projectiles because it's a helper. Whatever, I'll do that later. I will do that later. Right now, I'm working on adding some content. So we got mod buff, and let me just... Where is... Somewhere in here... is what I am looking for. Where is it? I know I made a, boss isolation, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for how I did this. So... Okay. For right now, I'm just going to put this. Temporary. This makes absolutely no sense as the icon, but it's what I'll do for now. Okay, mod loader, please explain, remind me, how do I do buffs? Hello? Oh. Okay, that was weird. Mod buff, mod buff. Where's mod buff? Must not have a guide for it here. Must be an example mod. I'll use that in a bit. let's look at this. So, I'm also going to need to add a mod player. So, this mod player is going to keep track of the timer. So, not F. Let's give 2 seconds. And then bad region. Mode right after all place buffs that can be used to modify effects. The buffs update will be their update task. Yeah. So after we update all the buffs, so if we have the outside zone buff, or actually if we don't have it, then we can just early return. Damage timer. And then we're gonna clamp damage timer from 0 to 120. Cast int, I guess, yeah. Yeah, so let's clamp this between 0 and 120, decrease the timer, increase if the player doesn't have the buff, decrease the timer if it does. So then if damage timer less than or equal to 0, I know clamped it to 0, but just in case, I'm going to do less than or equal. Then this is where we do the damage. So that how do I deal damage from a mod player? That's the question. How do I do this? How do I deal damage to the NPC from this, to the player? I'll figure that out soon. I'll just do this. So, oops. So set static defaults. I can Actually, hit the right keys. So this is a debuff. And, let's set buff no save to true. Right. And then you know what? And when we update the player, then we do player dot mod player outside zone player. Okay. This should work better. I'm not sure it's entire. Like, eventually I may have a way to display the damage timer itself, but for now, I'll just leave it how it is. Alright. So if this works correctly, which I hope it does, then this should be good. Let me actually add the correct debuff instead of burning now. So instead of doing this, we add mod content, buff type, and then outside zone buff. Let's try this again. Should be adding outside zone buff. And then this should also now be in here. Yep. Outside safety zone. That and language file. Get out of here. Not working on you yet, Blue Veyeral. So here, hit every 2 seconds. And if I go in here, I'm gonna go back down. If I go back out here, yeah. And if I just do like that, it doesn't reset the time, but it said. I think I will actually add like a bar underneath or something, an indicator. Indicate, hey, you are outside of the safety zone. You need to get inside of the safety zone. And then eventually I will add the, like, effects that happen outside of a safety zone. But for now, it's fine. I got the functionality down, and that's what I care about right now. So, I think I'm just going to add, commit this to my repo, and then, oh yeah, what is the to-do? Oh yeah. Oh well. We'll just have it always be so that if there's a zone, then it'll do damage. I know it isn't the greatest way to do things. It should really be that if so whatever. It'll work. So push this to my GitHub. Safety zone completed. It's time to make some progress on Blue Veyeral now. With the clones. So. Let's go look at Blue Viral's code. So where are... Or was it in the draw? Yeah, the clones were in here, but the way I'm gonna do things is different. So here we draw blue viral ball small, viral eye. So let's open up this. So this is small, and then also we're looking for blue I1. Viral I1. Yeah, basic blue viral eye, or just viral eye. Blue has some special drawing with their eye. Alright, let's get started. With the clones. First things first, let's grab these sprites. Blue viral small and I1. So blue clone base is what I'm going to call that. Put it in and blue virals texture folder, and then for I1 I'm going to turn this into sprite sheets. Fiscal is the best way to do this. Actually, how big, what size is one of these images? 30 or 32. Perfect. So, download. And I also forgot that I need to take this back out because I need to export this at double size. How big is this? 64 by 64. Toss in this. That's I'm gonna call that Veyeral I1, and then this one will be put it in here with the blue clone NPC. This will be the base, much like I did for blue Veyeral. And then for there, I'm just going to put it in a generic Veyeral folder because that's what it is. It's Veyeral I1. Texture registry. I come in here and let's start with drawing. I think the best place to start with drawing is to just Control C, Control V from here. So these guys well, I need to look at how they're yeah, we are dealing with the wobbles. They do also wobble. So let me copy that. Wobble timer and wobble scale. And then there. Paste in wobble scale. So now this should wobble. And Veyeral I1. So, now that we have that, how does it draw the eyeball? How do they draw the eyeball? So, if it's alive, we draw it, the eye position, one look direction. And I think it's rotated. So, this is a bit confusing because the eye is actually rotated. Which is weird. But I can figure it out. I'm going to add this stuff to the blue cone as well, the blink and stuff. Then blink and overlay. A lot of this is being copy and pasted, but that's just because, I mean, it's just how it goes. So iframe, so vertical frames, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frames. And frame Y is blink frame. And then rotation S plus pi over 2 for a 45-degree rotation, or 90, not 45. Then we do one last thing. Add the overlay. Overlay frame, there are 24 frames. Overlay text and overlay F. And I'm pretty sure for the scale, we use 2x scale. Let me also add in a blink process, and then AI. Go to Blue Viral's AI. Oh, I forgot all about all these defaults. Let me fix that. Turns out I've still got quite a bit left to go. So think this will work. No value. These guys do not get draw health bar. You do not get the health. Actually, no, leave the health bar default. Let's see. Okay, let's see if this was good. The blue viral clone. Alright. Are you there, Blue Clone? No. Blue Clone, where are you? I think I know where Blue Clone is. Yeah. I think that's where it is. She's hidden. I need to actually add draw behind. Anything else I'm gonna need? I don't need that because the main blue viral's dealing with that. This class is probably going to become an absolute mess, but oh well. Blue ball. Oh, yeah. And that should also be blue viral, because they are technically the same kind of. I don't know. Blue clone. Oh god. Wobbling looks good. The eye wobbling does not look so good. And the overlay looks terrible. How strong is the overlay on this? Over alpha, it's the same as in this. Overlay, so 0.15. Oh. Yeah. I think this will fix it. And then for this, the wobble size will be rotated by. We're gonna rotate the wobble scale because the eye has to be rotated. And hopefully this will be just fine. Blue viral clone. Go. That is how, what? That's somehow way worse. NPC hitbox? Good enough. How did I make it worse? Seems normal enough. I don't think that's normal. The eye has disappeared. The overlay is completely busted. But I figured out why that. It's just using the wrong stuff. Because, oh, there it is. Overlay text, not eye text. That would do it. No. Terraria coding's a mystery to you. I mean, it's not terrible. It's one of the best, like, most cohesive modding things I've done. It's mostly Terraria's code that you have to work with. Team Modloader makes things way better. So, I need this to be Why is the eye gone? Screw it, let's just try the negative with that. Maybe that'll work. We'll see. We'll see how that rebuilds. Hopefully this should work now. Hopefully. Then I'll just have to get it linking with the main boss, which isn't so bad. Credit code to mod loader. You just can't do it. Not enough updated tutorials. I have been considering making a tutorial, but it's a lot of work to make a tutorial, and I'm just not huge into the content creation side of things. The eye is still not there. Okay. At least this is somewhat working. But oh yeah, if you're wanting tutorials, actually, the best place to look is not actually on YouTube. It's on the T-Monitor. We're back. I need to refresh my chat in OBS now. Oh. Okay. I think my internet's back. I think. I've got like 60% drop frames. Internet, why are you uploading at like 100 kilobits? What is going on? Okay. We're back. That's good. Oh. Gone back. I think my internet's finally stable. It's finally back. Even with 60% drop frames. Even though YouTube says I have excellent conditions. Oh, never mind. No, they don't. Well, at least I have an internet connection. Which is better than a little bit ago. Let's get back to this, and let me pull this back this way. Okay. And since I refreshed it, it got changed over to Top Chat. I don't want Top Chat, I want Live Chat YouTube. Okay. So, the blue viral cone is drawing correctly. Let's get the eye looking where I want. I'm just going to copy this over, this eye process, and then also copy this stuff. Something about Team Mod Loader for tutorials. Oh, really? Did I lose it that far back? I was recommending the Team Mod Loader wiki thing. They have a ton of great resources, and they also have an example mod which has almost everything you could really want to do. Like, if we look at content, they've got examples for like a ton of stuff. Let's see. Pupil position. I don't need pupil position. Just the eye position. Oh, wow. Send the link. Yeah. I will send this. Oh, geez. There it is. There's the link to the wiki. I don't know why I'm trying to hide the live stream thing. It's on a page where it doesn't have anything like important. Where was I? Oh yeah. Adding the position plus by position and look process. All right, let's see if it actually looks. If it should look at the player. Ideally. The only thing is the rotation. That rotation could be troublesome. I'll get to it when I get to it, I guess. Why am I still dropping so many frames? Well, YouTube thinks it's in excellent condition. Or not. I may have to drop the bitrate. Just so I'm not dropping so many frames. But we'll see. Where are you looking? So where is look at player? What goal equals okay, so let me actually set the look goal to the player's position every frame. This should make things so that it actually looks at the player. Hopefully. I'm gonna have to restart my game soon. For some reason, every time I rebuild mods, it takes longer each time. But it resets when I restart the game. And I don't know why that is. But that's not what I want. Look at me. Look at the player. Why aren't you looking at the player? Why not? Did I forget to actually target closest? Maybe? Yeah, it's starting to take a long time to unload Team Mod Loader. Let's see. Once I get this working, I can get it set up to actually link with the main boss, and that will be nice. So the way I'm gonna do this is say parent NPC. I'm going to use AI0, cast it to an integer. So we can pass in the blue Veyeral ID in here. And then every frame, before we do this Actually, you know what? You know what? After we do all this draw stuff, we can do NPC dot real life equals parent NPC. What this does is it syncs the life between this and the parent NPC, so that when the blue Veyeral, when the clone takes damage, the main blue Veyeral takes damage. It's how most Worm bosses sync their parts, like particularly the Destroyer, or I think just the Destroyer. No, or Wall of Flesh too. Perfect. It's looking at the player correctly. I could make it look further, because, yeah, I think I will push it to, like, I don't know. I think this is fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, let's get moving into the next phase. I'm going to start working on phase 3 over here. Set the attack pattern to just out of nothing. And then okay. Netmode ID. So we're not on a multiplayer client. And while I start working on this, I'm going to restart my game. So if we're not on the multiplayer client, then let's start by just spawning a new NPC. So the source is from this NPC's from the boss's AI, and the position is just put it right there, and the type is going to be blue clone NPC. Start at who am I? This NPC who am I? And then AI0 is NPC dot who am I? Let's set this up with a phase state. Phase 3 AI, and enter phase 3. And then just for testing purposes, I am going to start in phase 1, or phase 3. Now, what this should do is just instantly spawn a clone that will do nothing. But hopefully, if I hit the clone, it'll deal damage to the main boss. Let's test it out. And it's gone. Index was outside bounds of the array. Where? So, index was outside the bounds of the array, run attack pattern. Oh. Because the attack pattern's empty, that's right. Let's just get rid of that. There is no attack pattern yet. I removed the attack pattern for this phase. So when I tried to run the attack pattern, it just gave up. The game said, nope. And despawned the NPC. It's so much faster. So I head over here. Right. And I start dealing damage to you. The health bar is updating. Where are you going? Whatever. Whatever. The proof of concept success. Heading the clone deals damage to the main boss. Now I get to have the fun of setting up the stuff. So I'm gonna make a new class for this. Yeah, he's just... I know what's happening. It's because I'm not running the attack pattern. It never enters an attack wind down, so it just kept his momentum going off into the distance. Now let's make a partial class so I don't have to declutter stuff. All right. So, spawn clones. So, if we're on a client, just return early, because none of this is going to be client side, I think. And I'm just gonna add there. My wonderful attack where it just does nothing and then waits for 60 for a second over and over. So now I need to projectile helper new unscaled projectile. It actually doesn't matter, but oh well. So we get source from AI. And this is just mostly boilerplate. And I put it on the target player. No velocity. Projectile type of safety zone. So that's spawn a safety zone. Damage is 0, knockback is 0. Owner of just leave all that. So AI 0, 500 radius. We're gonna have a big radius. What this should do is spawn a safety zone on top of the player. Yep. Yay. And eventually I'll figure out how to get that to work. And then up here, let's see, it's affecting 213, 213. Right here is the safety zone. Coming out here, okay. Okay. So, I am going to decide right here and say 500. That is the radius I'm going for, because that's the radius this. So, so in this there are 8 clones. And so angle offset is going to be AI1. Why are you mad at me? Because this should be a float. So angle equals I times math helper dot 2 pi divided by 9. So angle dot, so we convert the angle to rotation vector 2 and times 500, which is the radius. This should spawn 9 things. This should spawn 5 clones, 8 clones around the safety bubble. Looks like I should have done that. And let's go for 600 because they're going to want to be outside of that circle. Why am I summoning from there? I have a summon item. Up here. Yeah. So now they're all looking in at the player. The circle of clones. Also need to do something with this because with this, blue viral disappears from the original. There's leave. Probably need to shrink the radius, but honestly, for this game, a radius this big is kind of necessary. So let's do F dot F. Now let's just make them deal no damage and invisible, and take no damage. Basically, making this, the blue viral, not exist while still actually existing, kind of. So So how should I do this? Let's make a spin rotation. So we're gonna rotate, and then let's pull out the notepad for this. So we've got the circle, and we've got our clones around the outside. Let's just look at this one for right now. So we've got the center, which we should figure out when we spawn them. And during the first frame. And then to start rotating, it's going to be a triangle, because always triangles. First, let's find the center, actually. That feels like a good place to start. First frame. So on the first frame, we do reset the center. So private vector 2. Very first frame it spawns, it'll be angle offset dot to rotation vector 2. But it'll be negative that because we want to point away times radius plus 100. And that'll be offset, and then we add why are you mad? Oh yeah, because that should be like that. And then position equals new vector 2. I can get the right keys on my keyboard. Do cosine of spin rotation plus angle offset and sine of spin rotation plus angle offset times radius plus 100 plus center. So hopefully I did my math right there. Time to find out. Go in here. Will they spin? Yes, and very fast at that. Jeez, that's a bit too fast, I think. But hey, it works. Also, if I'm gonna make this, there. They spin very fast now. Because they're all synced up to the main boss. They all share the health. Yay. Now let's slow down this spinning. Let's half the speed. Pi over 128 pi over 128 radians per frame. Let's go. So with this, we have the clones. And if you go out here, you will get the outside safety zone debuff. So you need to stay inside the circle while dodging the attacks. Okay. So I'm going to do that and then have it sit there. So this blue viral will always be in here. Well, as I'm going to keep track of the center. So come in here, then front center, and then NPC. Target player, center, plus. And let's have them constantly stay 1,000 pixels above the player. So now this should just keep the boss above the player. Perfect. And then later on, I can work on the attacks and stuff. But for now, I think I'm gonna leave it here. This is about what I wanted to get done, getting the safety bubble and the clones just, like, prepared for the attacks. I think next time I will start working on getting the attacks going. Like these lasers and stuff. Because I got a list here for what attacks I need to work on. But for now, that is it. So I'm going to go, and I will see you all next time I stream.